to each and every one of you joining us on behalf of Gallop TV. It is a pre-recorded show. We are recording early doors on Tuesday for the 15th of October, Wednesday. Hollywoodbets Durbanville is the venue, Cape Town, South Africa. We do have an on-race program commencing at 12:30. On the line is Brandon Bailey. Brandon, how are you doing and what do you make of the card?
Sheldon, all in good spirits. Obviously looking forward to the next couple of days of local racing. I think there's a big thing happening in terms of racing over the next couple of weeks and months. Many of our pundits out there, and if you're a racing purist, you'll certainly enjoy the next couple of months. We know in Joburg as well, there's some good racing. We've got some good racing to come for the Cape summer season. And even on Sunday, the meeting that's just passed at Hollywoodbets Greyville, that was really a nice meeting to watch with some nice horses along the way. So I think in terms of being a racing purist, we certainly love being alive at the moment for racing. I think it's a tough card, Sheldon. There's one or two good bets that I make on this 9-race card when it comes to Wednesday's meeting at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. But there's some trappy races where I think we're going to have to look for some value.
Right, let's kick off with the first race where number 4, Fox on the Run, is your 2-1 favourite. Number 1 is 22-10. Number 9, Day In, Day Out, is at 8-1 and it's 10-1 and bet the rest. Between number 4, Fox on the Run, and number 1 with Craig Zaki aboard, drawn 1. They've both had the experience of racing around the turn at Durbanville, but the one just seems to have the edge when it comes to the experience. 2 runs under the belt.
That's it, Sheldon. I've made it a 2-horse race. I'll be rather surprised if the winner doesn't come from Objada R or number 4, Fox on the Run. I am going with number 4, Fox on the Run. I happened to watch this replay closely last time out. I called the race when Gold Gaboski was a deserved winner. And this horse was caught the eye a long way from home. Still very green onto the first turn. Up the lane, still not sure about it. You can only think there's so much more improvement to come from Fox on the Run. And if he's naturally taken that step forward back at home and he brings his first run to the course tomorrow afternoon, I think he'll be very hard to beat. Sean Veal knows him well. James Crawford doing really well at the moment. From a neat draw, he'll be on speed. He'll be there for nothing, and he should go very close to winning. And naturally, we do need to watch number 1, Objada R. Good run to Demanding Dave last time. He also looks progressive. His first run behind Sardinia Bay was very good when he ran 4.5 lengths behind Sardinia Bay, and he backed it up to run second to Demanding Dave on the 7th of September. He's got a good draw. He's got a top jockey, good yard, that of Adam Marcus. He'll be right there keeping Fox on the Run honest. But just the 2 horses for me in race 1. Marginally, I'm going with number 4 just ahead of number 1, Sheldon.
On to race number 2, where the betting tells us once again it's a competitive lineup with number 3, Madarua, at 22-10. And this is a runner who's supported down odds on first time out. The form line's been franked. And then number 4, Freedom Fighter, at 33-10. And this made an encouraging debut, went second to Intensity. Probably should have won after losing 3 lengths, so that'll be up for debate. We then go out to number 6, Silver Sunshine, at 7-2. And then it's 11-2 and better the rest. Scratched are numbers 7 and 13. Are you in the camp of the 3 or the 4 here, Brandon?
So, Sheldon, interesting because number 3, Madra Rua, found a bit of support, and there was definitely talk on course for this colt on debut. A lovely looking horse. He's not very tall, but stocky, got a lot to look at. He's very easy on the eyes, number 3, Madra Rua. They've opted to put him away for 170 days, and I think that's just more to allow him to mature and to grow. I thought it was a fair run on debut. He showed a bit of speed, and then he just stayed on late in the day. So I'm sure there'll be any amount of improvement to come from him. I'm not sure where they are in terms of preparation with number 3, Madarua, but he is a horse that we can follow closely over the next couple of weeks. Richard Free rides for James Crawford. And then you touched on number 4, Freedom Fighter. There was some shrewd supports, I think from 14-1 into 6-1 on debut. He did lose some ground at the start. He stayed on nicely, ran second. I know there's been nothing that immediately jumps off the page in terms of form lines, but if he can bring that run to Hollywoodbets Durbanville on Wednesday afternoon, you've got to think that if he jumps on terms, times. He'll go very close, number 4, Freedom Fighter. He's clearly a horse that shows some good work back at home. Chad Little gets the ride for Glenn Cotson. Two other horses I just want to make mention of, Sheldon. Number 6, Sliver of Sunshine, Craig Zaki for Dean Kahneman. He moved up like he was going to be competitive on debut. Wasn't a bad run. He ran 4th. He can also only improve from that. And then further down the page, maybe not for tomorrow, but definitely a horse when he gets up the straight at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. I'd watch him closely. Number 10, Umzingeli Wenyati. He's been rested. He's been gelded. He's run some fair races on the high felt. He's a lovely horse. He's got a nice action. I am worried about the draw tomorrow with this individual, but when he gets back to Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, we can watch him closely. So interesting race. 3 and 4 to fight it out, with 6 and 10 to chase.
Right, moving on to race number 3 and taking a look at race number 3. This will be the opening leg of the place accumulator, due for 13.45. And I can tell you that number 5, Wedding Vow, from 7 to 1 down 3 to 1. Nevana Stelly for the Lucinda Woodruff stable. Number 4, Chickasaw 7 to 2 with number 2, Clouds Clearing. Number 8, La Patrona, also 7 to 1 down 7 to 2. 9, Red State is at 11 to 2, and then it's 14 to 1 and better. Quite interesting, the 5 and the 8 both being supported from 7 to 1 down lower than 4 to 1.
Yeah, of course, 2 apprentices that are riding really well. It's good to have these apprentice races in the Western Cape. They deserve their chances. They do lots of hard work in the mornings. Hard race, Sheldon. I've had a look at it a number of times. I've watched replays, and I'm still completely confused. I'm not sure where the winner's going to come from. I can tell you, in terms of the place accumulator, first leg, you're going to have to go wide. You can make a case for number 2, Clouds Clearing. Brevin Plyke's our champion apprentice from last season for Justin Snaith. Good draw. A horse that's still improving, this 3-year-old filly. So she must go into the play. 4, Chickasaw. The yard thought she would go very close last time out. I know she was a bit disappointing. Let's see how she goes from a neat draw of 4. So I'd watch her, keep a beady eye on number 4, Chickasaw. You've touched on the money for number 5, Wedding Vow, so they clearly think that she's got a chance. Down the page, number 8, La Patrona. There's on low, riding really well at the moment, Sheldon. If he can beat the draw and get this filly into a good position, she'll be staying on. And then Ricky Maingard, how well is he doing in the Western Cape? His horses look incredible. We know that Gares Summer Berthia is also banging them home left, right and centre all over the country. So 9, Red State, and even number 10, Alicia Asherville, you can make a case for them. It's an open race, Sheldon. You'll need to go wide.
That'll take us on to the opening leg of the pick 6, which will be race number 4. And just scrolling through, scratched is number 4, Oncidium. So take out number 4, Oncidium. There's only 7 runners that go to the post for the opening leg of the pick 6. Betting has number 6, Wonder June, at 13 to 10. Number 1, Viva La Vida, 22 to 10. Number 5, Ricky Tikitavi at 7 to 2, 7 to 1 and better the rest. Now number 6, Wonder June, the Australian import, very impressive first time out, and second time out, a few excuses and an average rating of an 81. And then you got Viva La Vida, and this individual is looking for the hat-trick.
Correct. I've made it a 2-horse race. You've touched on both of them, Sheldon. Let's start with number 1, Viva La Vida, who's been rested. She's been off the track 63 days. Sean Veal for Vaughan Marshall was a gutsy win last time out. It got RG Bargy very tight on the inside fence for her, and she still managed to get her head down at exactly the right time to beat a very smart horse in the form of Wishless, who we'll see quite competitive through the Cape Summer season. So 1, Viva La Vida, was 54 on her back. Good draw. If she's anywhere near ready to rock and roll from a small break, she'll be right there and maybe even hard to beat. So I'm going to go with her as my top selection. And then you've touched on the fact that very well bred number 6, Wonder June. I think there were a few punters that were a bit disappointed that she got beat last time out, but she did get beat by a Durbanville specialist. Corne Offer gets the ride for Andre Nell. She's still so inexperienced, so green, wet behind the ears. She's still going to improve. Don't worry about that. She should love the step up in trip. I know the yard thinks quite a bit of her. I've spoken to Corne Offer a number of times about this filly, and he also thinks that she's top division. So 6, Wonder June, with a bit of luck in running, she'll be right there as well. So just the 2 horses in the first leg of the pick 6, 1, Viva La Vida, and number 6, Wonder June.
Now, when it comes to race number 5, this is a little bit of a lucky package. You're not sure exactly what you're going to get here, and the betting agrees. Number 4, Winter on the Green, 7-2. 1, Easy Living, 7-2. Number 7, Avignon is 4-1. 9, Country Time is 9-2. Number 3, Gravity at 6-1. And then numbers 8 and 2, 7 and 8-1 respectively. Just having a look, there's no scratchings at this point in time. Now, Brandon, when you look at the betting, I think that tells the tale. 7-2 the field.
These stakes are very competitive. Sheldon, I just want to mention 2 horses because I can't sit here and make a case for every single horse in the race. But 2 horses that I would watch closely. Number 1, Easy Living. She's dropped a point again in the ratings. Good draw. Her last 3 runs have been a lot better. She ran 5th, beaten 4 and a bit lengths by Country Time last time out. Then before that, she ran 3rd to the Speedball, Pon Bouche. And the run before that ran 5th, beaten 4 and a bit lengths by Music of the Night. Slowly dropping in the ratings, as I've touched on. Good draw, 2.5 off the back. You can make a case for number 1, Easy Living, at a decent price. And then further down the page, number 7, Avignon. Blaine Marks Jacobson gets the ride, takes the 4 kilograms off the back for Pit Poet. Been off the track 147 days. They landed the biggest gamble last time. There was big money around, jumped to a 5-2 favourite and went to the front and was not for the catching. You won't miss this individual. He's got the big white blaze, Avignon. So if he is anywhere near ready to go, Sheldon, I think he'll be there. He's quite speedy, 4 off the back. I'm not sure where they are again in terms of preparation. I'm not sure why they've rested him and what happened in between for the 147-day break. But he is a speedball, so if he gets away from the field at the right time, he'll be right there at a decent price. Tough race, go wide.
That'll take us along to race number 6 and just having a look at the current betting. Firstly, we can take out number 8, Dean Street. So number 8, Dean Street out. 7 runners will go to the post. And the betting has number 4, Kai Boy at 2-1. Number 2, Raven Black, 5-2, returning from a 314-day absence, has gone 4 in a row in Gauteng, makes the local introduction at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. 5, My Sensation, who appears to be the best weighted, is 3-1. 7, Arctic Wizard at 5-1. And number 3, Unbel D is at 6-1 from 8-1. Now, when you come to race number 6 and you look at the best weighted column, number 5, My Sensation, does marginally edge out number 6, Ziyasha. But let's kick off with the horse who's going to be getting some weight off the back, and that's number 4, Kai Boy. Obviously not best in at the weights, but that 4 kgs will bring this individual right into the play, Brandon.
You've read it spot on. Exactly my thinking. He's a very smart gelding, this. He's a lovely-looking individual as well, number 4, Kai Boy. Des on low, well, he got a big opportunity from Tini Prinsloo on Sunday afternoon at Hollywoodbets Greyville. He now gets a big opportunity from Candace Bass on a very smart horse in the form of number 4, Kai Boy. Sheldon, he's got a wonderful turn of foot, so he'll be parked up just in behind the speed. There'll be 1 or 2 that'll go forward, and Des on low will wait to see the white in the judge's eyes before he pulls the trigger on number 4, Kai Boy, and he'll be right there. He's a lovely horse. I'm actually going to follow him closely for the Cape Summer season, but the race doesn't stop there. I mean, you can touch on number 2, Raven Black. He's been off the track for a long time. I know it's been stop-start with his career, but I've spoken to James Crawford a number of times. They really think the world of number 2, Raven Black. Further down the page, number 5, My Sensation, good filly. She had a successful campaign in KwaZulu-Natal. Lucinda Woodruff and JP van der Merwe, they team up. And then Ziyasha. Good to have Calvin Abib making the trip for Quinton Binder. I believe he might be sticking with this individual for the Cape Summer season. 6, Ziyasha, also one of those horses that has mixed it up with some of the very best in terms of sprinters. And 7, Arctic Wizard, Sheldon, he won a good race last time. Wizzy Yenny was very complimentary about this gelding after the unkindest cut of all. His manners had improved, and he fought to win a good race at Hollywoodbets Durbanville over 1,000 meters. So, tough race. I'm going to lean towards number 4, Kai Boy. 5, My Sensation will be running on strongly, and I wouldn't write off number 7, Arctic Wizard, either.
Next up will be race number 7, and wonderful for the apprentices to have a chance. This is the Woodhill Racing Syndicate Apprentice Class 5 over 1250 meters. And let's just take a look. Scratched at the early time of recording is number 5, Hang Out the Stars. Betting has number 7, Queen Regent, the recent maiden winner, the favourite at 22 to 10. Number 4, Dumoria at 5 to 2 with the racing experience. 8 Oktoberfest 4 to 1. And the number 6, Easy Money, is 5s, 8 to 1 and better the rest. Brandon, let's kick off with number 7, Queen Regent. Obviously got a lot of scope for improvement, and the form lines speak for themselves. They're just sparking up left, right and centre.
Correct. Can be a tricky ride, Sheldon. You've got to time your run to perfection with Queen Regent. I thought it was a great ride from JP van der Merwe to get this horse's nose down at the right time to beat our Stedford. You've touched on the fact that the form lines have been franked. She's improving. I still think there's any amount of improvement to come from number 7, Queen Regent. So if Nicola can get this one settled, good rhythm all the way around, put her out at the right time, there's no doubt of a rating of 82. She's going to be right there, number 7, Queen Regent. But I think number 4, Dumourier, represents a bit of value. JC Puertas takes off 2.5 kilograms. If punters can, go and watch the replay last time. She was eating up the ground late. She was a long way back. She made up good ground and she ran second. From a neat draw, I don't think she'll be that far back this time out. Shrewd mood, the 2.5 one with JC Puertas. From a neat draw, I think she'll run a massive race, Sheldon. So I'm going to lean towards number 4, Dumourier, to win it. But if I look after that, 7, Queen Regent, 3, Miss New York. You can make a case for number 6, Easy Money, as well. Probably all horses that could be your quartet play. But if I came to this race, I was going to have 100 Rand each way. I'm going to go with number 4, Dumourier.
There we go, Dumourier. That could be the play for Brandon on the day, and at around 5 to 2, that's where the 100 Rand will be put. As we move along to race number 8, and this is the Lucky Fish Monopoly Live Middle Stakes, fillies and mares over 1250 meters. And once again, the betting says open, open, open. Number 2, Artiste, 7 to 2, coming back from 111-day absence. Third to just be Lacquer, and then a second to Miss Argonaut. Goes back to the Cape, and will be looking to get back into the winner's enclosure. Number 5, Babalicious, is 9 to 2. 6, Festival Chic, 9 to 2. 11 to 2, Papillon Bleu. Number 1, Pink Pigeon, is 11 to 2. And then you can get 7 to 1 and better the rest. Now I'm going to hand the baton straight over to you for race number 8, because I think it's a little bit tricky.
Sheldon, I don't want to sound like a stuck record, but again, I'm not going to be of much help. It's a tough race. Exotics, you're going to have to go wide just to make sure that you survive. You can make a case for number 2, Artiste. She's a smart filly. She's been rested for 111 days. She's drawn to. She ran second last time out. That was, of course, on the Highveld behind Miss Argonaut on the inside track at Turfentine. I'm not sure how she's travelled, but she's one to keep an eye on. I know that speaking to Richard a few times, there's definitely something there with this filly. So 2, Artiste, if she's ready to go, she'll run a big race. 5, Babylicious, Gareth Wright and Candice Bash. She's been off the track 92 days, as honest as the day is long. She'll run her race. Number 6, Festival Chic. This is going to be my each-way play, Sheldon. Decent price. Lewin Toto gets the ride for James Crawford. She ran a great race over 1,400 meters last time out. That was in the Diana Stakes, where she was beaten 2 and a bit lengths by She's My World. I like the fact that she's dropped back in trip. I think she'll run a big race. She clearly is the horse that we need to pencil in when it comes to this race. Number 6, Festival Chic. 7, Papillon Blue, if punters can. Go and watch the replay last time. Had absolutely no luck. Brevin Plyke's rides again for Pete Puerta. We know that Brevin does a lot of hard work back at Milnerton. He knows this filly well, number 7, Papillon Blue. She just needs to be put in the right position at the right time. And then further down the page, she had a decent draw. I probably would have made a big case for her. Number 10, Nordic Quest. She was doing some good work late last time up the straight at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, but that draw of 10 does worry me. Tough race, Sheldon. Again, it's a tricky race where you'll need to go wide. My each-way play will be number 6, Festival Chic.
Then we go on to race number 9, which is the Hollywoodbets Bright Future Class 4, bringing down the curtain over 1,250 meters. And I suppose a lot of the punters are going to be waiting for race number 9, and the reason being number 6, Gimme Rules, is your 8 to 10 favorite. Just giving you the scratchings. Numbers 10, 12, and 13. So there are 3 casualties in this event. 8 to 10, gimme rules. Chichilian number 9 is 4 to 1, and then you can get 6 to 1 about number 7, Spirit, 8 to 1, and better the rest. Brandon, are you in the same camp as most of the punters, where number 6, gimme rules, shapes up as one of the better bets on the card?
Undoubtedly. There's no doubt that this colt, many punters have been waiting for him to step out. I think 8 to 10 is still a reasonable price, Sheldon. I'm sure there'll be a few multiples that have been linked into number 6, gimme rules. I'm hoping that he even goes even money and maybe a bit better closer to race time if you're looking to have a strike on the nose. If you can go and watch his replay last time, he made up stacks of ground on the inside fence and the door shut right in his face. He was taken up for a number of strides. It was a great run. I've spoken to Craig. He really thinks the world of this colt. He'll be prominent in some of the Group 1s a bit later on in the Cape Summer season. From a neat draw, he'll be just in behind them, and I think his turn of foot will be too strong for them. So Sheldon, short and sweet, armed with number 6, gimme rules in a big way in the lucky last.
So there you go, Brandon Bailey, gimme rules, and hopefully comes through for you that all have a strike on this individual. Last but not least, Brandon, we're going to bring up your suggested bet for all your followers out there. Take it away.
So, Sheldon, I've tipped up a place accumulator. I think the PA is the way to go. Hopefully we can catch it a few times. It should pay well. First leg, I'm taking no chances. It starts in race 3 at 13.45. I'm going with number 2, Clouds Clearing. Number 4, Chickasaw. Will include number 8, which is La Patrona, the 9, Red State, and number 10, Elijah Asherville. So you can see I don't like the look of the race in the first leg of the PA. We go wide. Second leg of the PA, we'll banker number 1, Viva La Vida. She should be in the top 3 from a good draw of 1. The next leg of the place accumulator, race 5, we'll go with number 1, Easy Living, slowly dropping in the ratings. We'll include number 4, which is Winter on the Green, your current favorite. Number 7, Avignon. If he's ready to go from a draw of 7, he'll be right there. And then number 9, Country Time. So 1, 4, 7, and 9. In the third leg, that'll be race number 5. Then we'll follow that up with a banker. We'll take our chances. Hopefully Desmond Lowe's done his homework and he reads the replays or watches the replays of number 4, Kai Boy. So we'll banker number 4, Kai Boy in a small field. That'll be in race 6. Next leg of the PA, we will go quite wide again. In fact, that'll be another banker, my apologies. We're going to banker number 4, De Maurier, which is my value bet on the card at 5 to 2. So race 7, banker number 4, JC Puertas takes off 2.5 kilograms for Candace Bass. Then we go wide. The penultimate leg, race 8 off at 16.40. We go with number 2, Artiste. We'll include number 5, that'll be Babylicious. Number 6, Festival Chic. Number 7, Papillon Blue. And number 10, Nordic Quest, so quite wide there, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 10. And the last leg of the place accumulator, race 9, off at 10 past 5. We're going to banker number 6, and that's Gimme Rules, who's trading at 8 to 10. Best bet, race 9, number 6, Gimme Rules, and my value bet, race 7, number 4, De Maurier.
Once again, thank you very much for your hard work and time that you put in, Brandon. Have a wonderful day's racing, and we'll catch you soon.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. I know I'm not of much help when it comes to this card. Very tough card. That's why I'm saying the exotics will pay quite well. So punters need to keep an eye on that. But thanks to you and your team, and of course to the viewers out there. We'll chat again soon. Have a lovely week, Sheldon. Bye-bye.
Thanks very much to Brandon Bailey joining us on the line, and the highlight of the meeting will obviously be Gimme Rules, who's a full brother to Hollywoodbets Durbanville winner, the Real Prince, as well as champion sprinter Gimme a Prince. So all eyes will be on this individual, and as you heard from Brandon Bailey, banker, and all the doubles and trebles will be flowing through and hopefully arrives for you if you're on.